Alright, Altars by Kronos, and I'm bringing you games here. I played against my buddy. I'm playing Flaming Zombies. And my friend here is playing a mono green. His name is Tony Z. If you ever see Tony Z, he is the man, and he has the coolest playmat, dude. Alright, let's get down to it. So, I won the roll here. I'm going to end up going first. Let's see what I end up doing here. Badlands, Mox, and nothing. That's a pretty bad hand. I think what I ended up having, I think I had a couple zombie masters. So my thought process was to get it out, but I don't know why I threw the Mox out first. So that is a error on my end. Try and keep your Mox in your hand until you absolutely need it. This turn I could have got his zombie master out and the game would have been different. Unfortunately, I did not expect the main deck crumbles. Plays a couple main deck crumbles. So we'll see where this is going pretty quick. I'm not going to be able to do much of anything. I got to pass. He already has 2 factories and an elf out. Swing for 3. I'm gonna sit here, bolt the factory, and there's a folk. What am I doing here? Chain lightning. Oh, he was talking about the playmat here. So I went to Chain Lightning and he was like, hey, I just realized that was from the movie. And I said, yeah, but I said the bowling balls are the color of Magic the Gathering. I won that at a tournament. Somebody must have picked that up at LobsterCon and it was signed by the gentleman who does it. And I won it at a tournament I was at. Alright, so I'm going to chain his mana producer because I was afraid of like an Urnum or something like that coming out this turn. But it's another Ice Storm. So I am down a bunch of mana sources. I don't believe I have any mana sources left in my hand. He's going to start pegging me again. And I'm very quickly going to get overrun. Very quick. Alright, so I gave him the first win. He ended up having, I believe, at least a giant growth or 2 in his hand. So basically what it was going to end up doing is it was, I believe it was like 11 damage next turn I was going to take. And he was going to pop out another creature or 2. And I just, there's no way I'm going to keep up with that. So I'm going to do a big shuffle because obviously I had a major problem. I drew all 4 zombie masters in a row. So I had a very, very, very bad shuffle. So I'm going to fast forward this and start game 2. Alright, so we're going to start match 2. Tony won, so he gets the first play. He's going to shoot out an elf. And I'm going to chain the elf. Try and get that thing out. Well, I know these Chain Lightnings I won, they're not signed by all that many people, but these are the guys who I started White Dragon tournaments with. So I was the really only old school player and these guys all joined up, and those little ones mean a lot to me. Because we didn't have anybody come into the tournaments at that point. So he has 2 mazes out already. So he has 2 forests, 2 mazes, now he's going to start pumping things out like crazy. 3 mana plays everything in his deck. So I'm going to end up countering that because I'm trying to buy myself some time is really what I'm trying to do right now. I'm trying to draw into something to be able to use. and a swamp is not what I needed. That was actually a Walking Dead altered swamp. My daughter wanted me to put a big moon in there and a little Walking Dead guy. Like I said a few times, I don't like drawing out creatures. I'd rather just extend the beautiful art these artists do. But he's going to play a dragonfly, and I'm just going to smack him right in the face for 4. I'm deciding I'm going to use my zombies as defenders, basically, to haul up the game. And I'm just going to start smacking him all over the place. So, what am I doing here? I did a chain lightning, get rid of it. I'm going to play a disc to try and hold him off from doing other things. I really didn't have much of anything in my hand, so I'm trying to get around the weenie decks. Now, when I played this counter burn, weenie decks absolutely would annihilate me, because even though I have 12 burn and a few creatures, I could never outpace it, because I would play a dib and the dibs would end up killing me because I'm getting hit with like 8 or 9 creatures at a turn. Didn't matter if I put a fireball, second fireball in or not. I just always had horrendous luck playing weenie decks. And this version seems to do a lot better for me. There's not much there for me, so we're going to see what goes on here. Now, I know he probably has a handful of creatures, which is why he's hesitating. He's trying to figure out what he's doing and just kind of talk with me a little bit there. Alright, so he was reading me Spitting Slug, because I could not remember exactly what it was. He's going to attack. I know that he's going to end up playing more things out, but I don't want to get too much lower. There's another Ice Storm. He's going to try and take my black sources out as much as possible. There's a Sonic Blast. Like I said, my plan is to burn him out. I just needed to buy a little more time. So at his end step, I'm Blast. Draw. Hopefully I get something here. Drowned. Perfect. I'm going to pay 3. Ping myself. Hopefully I remember to do that. And Wheel of Fortune. Alright, so I'm gonna... There he goes. I didn't realize he stepped out for a hot second, so I let him know I played Drown and Wheel of Fortune. So he's gonna drop in an Elf. What else is he dropping? An Elf, a Giant Growth, and another Land Destruction. Alright, let's see what Tony gets, and let's see what I get. I really wanted to do an extended art for Wheel of Fortune, so I think I'm going to do it on one of my proxies. If I can find a good enough proxy to do it on. I don't want to use the ones that are really bad proxies, because I don't want to have to fix the inside, but I'm thinking about doing a full art Wheel of Fortune. Or extended art Wheel of Fortune, rather. Alright, so he's going to play a Factory and a Chaos Orb. He's going to immediately flip on my library, and his Factory will be my library. And it's a perfect hit. By the way, I hope all you guys are having great days. There's an Elf and a pass. See, this is where the zombies are already starting to show. It's going to start slowing him down. You can't really attack in. Let's see what I got here. gonna strip one of those mazes. I'm not worried about that factory. I believe I had a shatter in hand. There's a zombie master. My son's bringing over some toys. I'm giving him the other half of the play mat there. So I'm gonna play a mummy. Do have some older art mummies coming, but I switched to mummies because I wanted a 2-1. Basically, one of the really great Magic players around here that comes and plays and kind of got me back into this was Will. Amazing guy. He does some really cool altars of paint and stuff like that. He was saying, why don't you play the mummies? They're like Ironclaw orcs but better because they can block, and he's right. The problem with Ironclaw orcs is not just because they're one of my favorite cards for a reason I don't understand, but you know, they can't really block that much. I've lost a lot of games because of Ironclaw orcs. So right now we're kind of in a stalemate. So my son's gonna start playing some extra Magic cards for me. Did I just bowl him when he was gone? Oh, he heard me. Okay. Alright, let's see what we do here. I'm gonna chain him again. So this is what I was talking about. My zombies may not be the main thing. It's basically a plow and bowl and burn. I'm gonna make you target them, or I'm gonna stop you from doing anything at all. Now there are discs in here. I played 2 shatters and 2 discs in my little trial deck here, and I seem to like them. So I'm new to the whole disc thing, so I'm not the best at doing it, but I'm figuring it out here. But that's my backup plan basically. And he's just gonna keep slapping out things, man. There's another Pixies, but he still can't get through, so I'm gonna smack him in the face, leave him at 2, and I top deck the Chain Lightning. And that's it for that round. Let's go to game number 3. Alright, so I'm gonna show you something here. Pause real quick. So my thought process, and I don't have this right, is I hate artifact decks and I don't like losing to them. Now the original deck I played Energy Fluxes. I don't know if I need them because I have regenerating creatures, but I'm not sure yet. But basically, I had the other 2 discs. I have 2 Underworld Dreams, 3 Glooms, and I do play I think 2 more Shatters. Yep, there's my 4th Sonic Blast. It's the only one I'm missing out of the 12 bolt standard. But this was what I was thinking, but I don't really like it. There's the Glooms, and there's the Enchant Land to make things swamps. I figured those can be like a double edge for me, where they're pretty sweet. But it's not my main plan. Alright. So my son and I are on the left. He's playing ducks, animals, and dinosaurs. Trying to, I actually have that other half the playmat plus a little bit more room, so I'm trying to get him to learn a little bit of a boundary. My son stims pretty hard, so he loves laying things all over the place. He's such a cool kid. There's a Penelhaven out. Alright, there's my Sapphire. There's this seat, I'm pretty sure to somehow it got taken off, but I think that's the seat to the pizza thrower. You guys remember playing Ninja Turtles? I'm not sure if you guys played those as a kid or not. I'm sure how old you guys are, but I definitely played a lot of Ninja Turtles as a kid. when it was raining and I was stuck inside, I played Ninja Turtles and stuff. I'm gonna play a mummy and pass. And he's gonna crumble the Mox. Now I love my City of Brass. If you look close, if you haven't seen it, it's actually, I kind of highlighted the whole thing. And then I went and put the Tatooine sunset in the background. So I made it a sunset instead of daytime. And I put the Tatooine sunset there. So there's my swamp, and there's a chain. I know I take a damage from that, but I'm going to put him down pretty quick. So he can't stop the mummy, so he had to take the 2 from the mummy. Here comes something. Yep, there comes a pixie. And what else we got? Oh, putting my son's dinosaur on a table over there. Make it almost like a little museum. I can't remember. I think that was called a bolt thrower. It was, I think, one of the elves from the original Warhammer when it first came out. That's one of the bolt throwers. My kid loves playing with that thing. I loved Warhammer, but when I was a kid, I just didn't have the patience, and I would just glue things wrong, and it was horrible. So there's a strip mine. That was the very first one I ever attempted to alter. There's another chain. But he giant growths. But, you know, yeah, I took a damage from that, but I actually don't mind it because that's a full dice he would have took off. That's 5 damage. That's what was going to happen the first game. He was going to activate 2 factories and the other guy and double giant growth and play an elf, and it was just going to be over. So I'm going to demonic tutor. We're just making sure the life total's right there. See if you can take a wild guess what I'm going for. We got a zebra. Like my son wants me to get a zebra. I forgot what was in my hand already, so I had to look. There's some dinosaurs sneaking in. Oh, there's an A10 Warhog there. That's awesome playing, man. Alright, so I'm going to fast forward this a hot minute. Alright, so I ended up taking an Ancestral Recall. I'm passing, and you can see that I gained a couple dinosaurs and a car, which is pretty cool. Again, I'm trying to teach my son a little bit of a boundary. So if I move him over, don't think I'm being mean or anything. I'm just trying to teach him, because when he plays with other kids in the school, he has to make sure that he stays in his area. So he'll just keep lining things up. So he's getting so much better at it, and I'm proud of him. What do we got here? Another pixies and a dragonfly. I think his light went out there. It's a little dark. I think he's gonna fix it in a second. The dragonflies are cool too. But this is what I mean. He's just gonna keep slamming things out there. But I'm gonna Ancestral Recall, because that's what I did. I'm praying I'm starting to draw more burn and some other things so I can take over this game here a little bit. So I'm going to tap the 3. I'm going to play a Zombie Master. That's going to slow him down, because now I can kill his creatures and he can't kill me. And he's got to worry about that mummy. Now, my original thought why I played the Headless Horsemen, not only because I absolutely love the Headless Horseman art, I think that's amazing. I wish I was able to get out to bigger events. I would do just about anything to get a signed Headless Horseman. It's my favorite old school black card. Alright, so Tony is back. He is untapping. I have 4 cards left in hand. I'm just trying to move some of the dice out so I don't confuse myself. He's asking what they are. It's a 2-1 and a 2-3. So he's going to swing in for an air attack for 2. I'm going to take it. Dragonflies are cool. What's your favorite cards? If you could think about it and put it in a comment. Let me know what your favorite cards are for old school. Not just the powerful ones, but if you played it from the beginning or anything like that. Like I said, like I love Headless Horseman and I love Ironclaw Works, because those are the ones that I played as a kid, because we played whatever we had. Nobody really had decks all constructed and stuff. We didn't know what we were doing. When I started playing Magic, it wasn't even possible to play Unlimited or any of those things. They weren't even available anywhere near within 1,000 miles of me. They were on the other side of the United States. So I couldn't even get Alpha, Beta, or Unlimited or any of those things. The first set that came was, it was revised. We were able to get revised for a little while, and then it was 4th edition. And then it was trying to get some of the old cards, which are extremely hard to do. So I'm just going to keep slapping another Zombie Master out here. And I'm going to start making sure there's nothing he can do. So he's going to strip. He's going to take out my city. Basically what he's trying to do is take me out of blue. So I can't like Sonic Blast him or anything like that. But I'm going to play another Zombie Master. Check that out. That is a lot of regeneration happening right there. Oh, I gained a tree. And a red panda. There's a maze on his end. Tony has 2 cards in hand and he can't do much of anything, so he's going to pass. What am I going to do? I'm going to play a Black Lotus. I have a feeling I have a draw 7 in my hand or a counterspell. Let's see what I do here. And hey, if you have any games that you recorded or something, I'll be more than happy to post them up here and do some commentary and have some fun. Yep, I'm going to strip the maze. I'm going to swing all out. Trying to keep my magic cards away from the giant dinosaurs. Let's see what Tony does here. He's going to take it, because he doesn't want his only creatures to die. And let's see what I'm going to do here. Oh, that's right. I had a Sonic Blast and a Time Twister in my hand. I was trying to figure out the best way to do that, because he destroyed so many of my lands, I lost my blue source. So let's see what we got here. Alright, so I'm going to sack the Lotus. Changing my mind. Yes, I have challenges. There we go. I'm just going to end up passing. Tony didn't draw much of anything. He's going to pass right back. Oh, wait. I thought he passed. There, he's going to swing for 4. Now let's see what we got. There's the blast at end step. And the scoop. Alright, so there's flaming zombies with pandas, A10 Warhog, cars, and all kinds of other fun stuff going on. And looks like a little bingo toy there. The little guy's going to bring his little flashlights. Hope you guys enjoyed that. I know it was kind of dark on the other side. Tony had a lot of technical difficulties. he was showing me there he sideboarded and a couple cards that they did not help him. We ended up playing more games after this, but there was a lot of breaks with diaper changes, and then somehow I ended up stopping recording after there. But hopefully you enjoyed those games. If you see Tony, definitely play him. He is one of the nicest guys I've met on Discord. He's been working with me a long time. I can't wait to get an X Points deck together, but I'm going to finish up the 4 Horsemen tournament. And after that, I'm going to put X Points together. And we're going to play that. So if you have any ideas or anything, hit me up, let me know. I was thinking about doing black and green to something else, maybe giant growths with Sanger Vampires and Black Knights or something goofy like that. So let me know if you have any thoughts. Have a wonderful night, and I wish everyone the best.